Hi, my name is Al and welcome back to my channel. This is a place where I'm tracking my progress as I build a life that I love and, more importantly, building a life that is centered around my values. For the last few years, I have wanted to open a business, and now I'm taking the time to focus in on a goal to build a product for that business. That goal is centered around the value of growth. I define growth as always challenging myself to try new things, seek new perspectives, and push myself out of my comfort zone. And I have to say, that goal is definitely pushing myself out of my comfort zone. In order to accomplish this goal, I'm breaking it down into tasks. The first task that I did was draft a prototype, and I did that in GoodNotes. Now I'm working on transferring that prototype from GoodNotes into InDesign. I've worked a little bit with InDesign in the past, but I haven't done anything similar to what I'm doing now. And I've already run into a few problems. The main thing being procrastination. Man, it is so hard to fight against procrastination. Procrastination is really tricky, at least for me, because this is something that I've wanted to do for a long time. I want to open my own business. I want to create a product. And yet, I keep pushing it off. And so over the past few days, I've reflected on why I'm procrastinating. And I've also tried to think of ways I can overcome it. And this is what I've come up with. Now, before solving a problem, it's important to understand why it's happening in the first place. And when I was really trying to narrow in on why I was procrastinating, I ultimately came to the conclusion of I didn't know what I was doing, which is normal. But the default for me is when I don't know what I'm doing, I would rather not do it at all. And of course, that goes against my goal. The second was that I was nervous on how it was going to turn out. Now, this is the perfectionist trap at play, a very all or nothing mindset. And so these are the things that I'm currently doing to help me work past this procrastination and get this task done. First off, I made sure to find resources for what I needed. When it came to making my draft, I wasn't really sure how to use InDesign for creating a journal, and so I searched all of YouTube and all of Google to see if I could find something I could use. Now, when I first searched, I ran into some difficulty. I would get little things on Reddit here, I would get things on Google, but it didn't actually pertain to my situation. I had to take a step back and really narrow in on my question. What specifically was I trying to figure out? And when I learned how to ask the right question, I got the best resource I could ever ask for. And actually, I'll link it down below. It's this lady who literally walks through step by step on how to create a journal. And I've been walking through that, and it's been really helpful. So don't be afraid to look for resources, whether they're free or paid, to help jumpstart you and get you closer to starting your goal. The second thing is to hold yourself accountable by putting yourself on a schedule. And this is something that I had to do so I could ensure that I was making progress towards my goal. Every weekday, I have to work on making my journal in InDesign, working on this task at least 1 hour every day. At least. That is the bare minimum. Now, if I want to go over and beyond, it doesn't count for tomorrow's day. It's just an added bonus onto this day. And that's actually been pretty helpful. Most of the time, I find by the end of the hour, I've kind of hit a little bit of a flow state, and I kind of end up doing a little bit more anyways. But regardless of whether I do an hour, I know that I'm making progress towards my goal. Now, I've been implementing this system for a few days, and although progress is a little slow, it's progress nonetheless. I'm excited to create this journal. I'm proud of myself for pushing past this procrastination instead of giving into it, and I'm excited to give out more updates. For anyone who has made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it, and best of luck as you continue to work on your goals. Don't let procrastination get you down. Let it be a sign that maybe something just needs to change. You need more resources, or you just have to hold yourself accountable, put yourself on a schedule. Either way, we got this. We're gonna get it done. Until next time.